Hey, I lied earlier, my fault. I figured something out. So the shop over there, there's two shops. That one you were talking about, and then Dynamics, what's it called, muffler shop. Exhaust and everything.
Cylinder head bolts?
Huh?
That's the one you was talking
What's
about.
that?
Yeah,
Said
it's
cylinder
like
head
further
bolts?
down the
Right,
road.
so
but
like
like-
Shed
so.
head bolts, yeah.
I did, cause I
So it's
I called my
difficult
boy,
to
I
get
was like,
those?
hey, bro.
What's
y'all
that?
had
It's
a
difficult to
red
get
and
those or
black
find those?
Camaro come in? I was like,
Shouldn't
For what?
be, because every time you pull the heads off of one of those, you have to
Oh,
replace the
no.
bolts.
God bless you.
But
Yep,
they take a
same
week
thing.
to come in.
What's that?
Do they take a week to come in?
There's all kinds of parts problems that can be possible, but yeah, they do have to replace the head bolts. They're those, torque-to-yield bolts you can throw away. Once you take them loose, they're no good, so you have to replace them every time you take them loose. So, it's possible that they're out of stock, or, you know, there's all kinds of parts problem, because, you know, you gotta figure, that's a very popular engine. Those head bolts are all the same for all that engine configuration. So, every time somebody pulls one apart, they gotta have head bolts. So, they'll probably sell them by the hundreds every week. So maybe they are out of them, I don't know. But, the only place that I know they should be able to get them is just from a Chevy dealer, but, I don't know.
Where? I wanted to, they process, you process too.
We're at the next chapter. 99.
Yeah, we haven't done the food yet, so that's what
Oh, okay.
Okay. Can you write all the dealerships that you have on the board, if you have time?
Yeah. So the available dealers that we have to work with are Chevy dealer, Subaru dealer.
How many do you have, like 10, 15?
I thought it was 11 now.
Subaru, Land Rover, the Volvo dealer, Cadillac, Toyota, Nissan, Kia,
Honda?
Honda North,
Honda Take.
Honda Take. I'm gonna try to get Honda Henderson back. I had them for a while, but they're gone. What's the other one?
That's Honda Henderson is the one that what's his name is that now? Jared?
Yeah, he's sales manager there though.
Yeah. Oh, you talked to him?
I already talked to him. I stopped and saw him the other day.
Oh, okay. Apparently, a lot of people were happy that he left. From what I've heard, he's in
Well, you know.
a B hole, A hole, D head.
Okay, so I think
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
1,
9.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I think there's more than one am I missing here.
Honda.
Kia.
Well, yeah.
You could put Honda up there.
You said Hyundai, I think?
No, not Honda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
On the
6,
north.
7, 8, 9, 10. Kia, Nissan, Toyota, Cadillac, Volvo, Land Rover, Subaru, Chevy, Audi. There's no Ford, is there?
No.
You're driving me bananas.
Subaru, I was a Subaru. Cadillac? Did you write Cadillac?
Yeah, you put it up there. There you go, I can see it.
Now you can see it.
What dealerships has everybody been to so far? Maybe we can figure it out like this. I've been to Honda.
So there's 11, right?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now there's 9. There's just 10 up there.
1, 2,
Toyota.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You forgot about Toyota.
I forgot to put Toyota back up here, didn't
There's not a BMW, there's not an Infinity. Chrysler? No? Or would that just be GM?
I? No, actually trying to get the Mazda and Lincoln dealers in the auto mall too. They haven't got back to me yet, but I've talked to the managers over there, but, and I'm gonna try for Honda Henderson too, see if I can get them back. So I guess those are all we got at the moment, so probably can't read this, but.
Audi.
Oh, okay. So that's what we got. So that's what you have to choose now.
I have Toyota.
Okay.
Getting that fixed.
Audi. Chevy. Subaru.
Everybody done with the quiz? You guys
Oh,
can figure out where
shit.
you wanna, go before Thursday, obviously, but, so we'll get it all up on the board so everybody knows what's up. In fact, I'll probably just write all these so you can actually read them. I'm sorry? Well, certainly you can. Okay.
Maybe a different color?
Oh, you wanna get fancy, huh?
Gonna go
Actually,
for-
you know what I need to do is
Use
just,
the red.
I just need to just erase the top part and just put everybody up there.
Can I do something real quick, sir? Yes,
What's that?
Yeah, it's gonna bother me.
What?
Yes, hopefully you guys understand what I'm doing.
What do you guys not recommend? I've heard Kia isn't so great.
Yeah, because if you put the names next to it, the other two names on top of it is gonna kind of blend in if you do it the same
No, that's
color.
why I erased these. I was gonna start over here, but this is
Oh,
fine. We'll
shit.
just leave it like that.
Okay, well,
You got them all here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Different color, Aubrey, please.
got you, pimp.
Charles
Yeah,
Land
we'll
Rover.
put your names in a different color.
Charles at Land Rover. You know I'm at Toyota.
Toyota, put, Tiffany at Toyota.
What are the guys in the back want?
I'm sorry.
They got it right
You guys are still riding together, huh?
How about you?
Obviously. All right.
I can't make up
You're
my
at
mind
Chevy
yet.
now, you've been to Cadillac. Where do you wanna go? You wanna go across the street to Subaru? No? Okay.
What was your experience, Charles?
You didn't like Subaru?
Yeah, it wasn't like Chevy.
Yeah, well, again, they're all different, that's why we do this.
Yeah.
My name has 2 S's.
It does.
So 2 S's, not 2 E's?
Yep, 2 S's, 1 E.
But S-E-R.
Gotcha.
N-A-S-S.
Look at you guys, Subaru.
So N-A-S-S-E-R?
Yep.
What's the dealership that's on Sahara?
There's a bunch
Kia.
of those.
Oh, Kia.
You wanna do Kia?
Nah, it's up there.
Learn how to prevent the Kia boys from snatching your shit. You know they're using USBs to steal cars?
Hmm?
Kia, there's people using USBs to steal Kias.
What? Where is Toyota? Where is it located?
The auto mall?
Henderson.
It's right across from Audi, right?
Mm,
I live
yes,
on
huh?
Charleston
Yep.
and Decatur.
Charleston. Right next to that Walmart?
Yeah,
I used to work at that Walmart.
Henderson's a
Shit,
bit of a drive.
That Kia is literally right the next street over.
I've heard not so great things.
So you're like 2 minutes away from there.
Henderson.
No one
shoot.
went to Volvo?
Nah.
Nope.
Volvo's not getting much love.
You still at Honda? Like, you still gonna pay Honda?
Yeah, you go.
I already got an offer. I mean, if y'all want to go to Honda, I mean, it's up to him because it's 3 people going there. It's up to him.
Yeah, I don't know, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
We can't have 3 people in the store. 2's a stretch, and that's only because you guys are riding together, so. Once you get your car back, you'll be going separate ways.
Do you like the Chevy?
Already been there.
Gotta
I
try
don't
new
want you
things.
going back to someplace you've already been, okay?
I ain't tried to drive it before.
What's that?
Where, can you tell us where each one is located? Audi.
Yep. 215 and Rainbow, or all of these. Okay? Auto Mall for all of the rest of these except for Kia's on West Sahara.
Dang.
So you're the 215 in Rainbow or you're in Henderson Valley Auto Mall. If you're a Kia, you're on West Sahara.
Goes to Volvo or Cadillac?
Cadillac. Kia's in Sahara.
So,
No, from Chevy to
No,
Volvo.
from
is
Chevy to
215
Volvo?
Rainbow.
Yeah, so right here. Gotcha. Henderson. I'm sorry, 215 Rainbow.
No, from
No.
Chevy.
No, from Chevy.
Where's Audi at?
Yeah.
Audi's on Eastgate at the Auto Mall.
Yep, that one's not there. Okay. The rest of these are in the auto mall except for Kia.
and Honda.
And yeah, Honda's north.
Yeah, Honda's complete opposite direction to everything.
Mm-hmm. Honda's on.
That's Centennial.
Centennial Hills, yeah.
Another reason why I like Land Rover, I just wake up at like 7:40, get ready, leave the house 7:50, I'm there in like 10 minutes. Now I gotta wake up. So the rest we get clear.
All right, we're good.
The
I'll
sacrifice you
decide
gotta
later.
make for a career, huh?
It takes me 20 minutes.
I need
so 10
time.
minutes to get ready, 10 minutes to get there, so.
What about you two? Y'all figured out or y'all want to wait?
For Kia, bro.
Kia?
Yeah.
What you hear about Kia?
I've been told, don't go to Kia, don't go to Hyundai.
Why is that?
Their cars aren't that great or something like that.
Oh, just the vehicle?
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to too many voices like that.
Some people
I would
listen to
get your own
voices.
experience.
Also
and form your own
warranty.
opinion.
How do you spell your name
I've
again,
heard about
Mose?
warranty. People say they hate warranty.
AHMAJE?
What's that?
The workers say they hate warranty.
Everybody does.
I don't know what that means or how that works, but
It's the warranty doesn't
Okay, I'll tell
pay
you how
as
it
well.
works. The factory comes up with their own labor time for each operation. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a water pump that's leaking on a car.
Oh, shit.
And the car's only, whatever, 2 years old. Let's say it's under the factory warranty,
Mhm.
okay? And you're working on, doesn't matter what it is, they all work the same. Let's say warranty, labor time price, customer pay time, labor time price.
Pardon?
Let's say warranty says, we're gonna pay you a little bit less than an hour to replace that water pump. The same job, if the car was out of warranty, might pay 1.7 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Example, right? Warranty time, labor time is typically less than customer pay. But that's true for every dealer.
all right.
That is no different between anybody else. They're all like that.
What I heard about Kia is that they have like a 10-year warranty or something like that.
Okay, so you're talking about the time that because of the powertrain warranty on the car, yeah, the guys have to do more warranty, but that's only if you're doing bigger stuff. powertrain stuff,
Mhm.
engine transmission. If you're doing anything else, it's a regular 3 and 36, probably like any other car.
Alright.
Okay, it's just their powertrain warranty. So, it shouldn't affect, the money that you would be able to make or anything like that. Again, it's just whatever you decide you like and whatever.
If you're worried about your income and how much you're gonna pay, the higher end vehicles always pay more. They're always gonna pay more because it's a higher end vehicle, if that's your concern.
What are higher paying vehicles?
An
Or-
Audi,
Yeah, Audi, Cadillac,
Benz,
Land Rover.
Land Rover.
Audi will pay really good.
Subaru, too.
Audi, Land Rover.
Subaru's getting up there. Yeah, Subaru, they're pretty, you know, they're newer Subarus or anything, man, that motherfucker's expensive.
Benz, if you like, you know, I know we don't go there, but Benz, BMW, those higher end, they pay better.
How far are you to go to Audi? Like,
Don't pressure them, guys.
Alright, I'll think about it.
you want better option?
Yeah, you don't have to decide right now. Everybody should be done with quiz, I hope, right?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right.
Do you have them on the board?
Yeah, I didn't, use the book, so I was just wanting to get it done, I was kinda rushing. A little bit, but, we'll see how this goes.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Tech A says if brake fluid movement is observed when the service, okay, oh my goodness.
98,
Oh, that's a big one. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Tech A said if the brake fluid movement is observed, excuse me, when the service brake is depressed, there is air in the hydraulic system. Tech B says that if venting compensating occurs, the master cylinder is usually operating okay.
Venting compensating?
I'm so sorry, excuse me. I went with both of them, but I didn't know.
I don't know what B is saying. Venting compensating.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. I know that if,
Should there be fluid movement when you push the brake pedal?
Yeah.
There
Yes.
better be.
yes.
Okay.
Both.
And then, the compensating, the venting compensating.
Technician B only?
Mhm.
B only, okay.
Because Tech A says here, air in the system. No, it's supposed to do that.
The master cylinder body is not equipped with a cylinder bore.
Oh, we better be.
Oh, shit.
It's
Is it a
underboard?
compensating port?
Compensating point is the venter.
Transfer port. Who said transfer? Okay.
Is B?
All right.
The brakes on a vehicle work okay for a while, then the vehicle slows because the brakes self-applied. Technician A says that an overfilled master cylinder could be the cause. Technician B says that a blocked vent port, compensating port, could be the cause, which is correct.
What you think?
Overfilled master cylinder could be the cause. Both?
Brakes work okay for a while, then it says vehicle slows because the brakes are self-applied. That means when the fluid's getting hot, brakes are self-applying. Like I was talking about before. Do not overfill the master cylinder. You could also have a block compensating port and vent port in the master cylinder. So both right, okay?
Okay.
So master cylinder, piston have holes drain behind the seal to help fluid retain.
True.
It's true.
Okay?
Two technicians are discussing a problem where the brake pedal transfers too far before the vehicle starts to slow. Which is, technician A says that the brakes may be out of adjustment. Technician B says one circuit from the master cylinder may be leaking, or
defective. It could be both.
Both, both.
All right, it is both. Now, just so you know, there is no adjustment on disc brakes. You put them on and you pump the pedal back up, because you know after you do brakes, the pedal's gonna go, brake pedal's gonna go to the floor at least twice before it actually pumps up again, okay?
Yeah.
So, how is an adjustment gonna be a problem if there's no adjustment on disc brakes? You have the right answer, it is both of them, but I wanna know, how can they be out of adjustment if there's no adjustment?
Two technicians are just.
Cause you have to, sometimes you have to bleed them.
That's not an adjustment, that's just getting air out of the system.
Adjustment as in like.
That is-
What is it, as in like what?
Discussing.
Adjustment.
Adjusting like brake?
The brake pedal adjustment?
Not
Free
brake
play?
pedal. Hmm?
Is it free play? Like the distance between the floor and where it's supposed to go?
Far before the vehicle starts to slow. Brakes.
Like the
may-
brakes are not like.
The
that
brakes
correct?
may be out of adjustment.
Maybe out of adjustment, how could that happen?
See, the way I understand
brake
it is that
pads.
there's air, in the- like you just said, and you have to get it back. But you're talking about a different kind of adjustment, and I'm.
The reason you don't know that is because you're not familiar with drum brakes. If a car has rear drum brakes, they can be out of adjustment and cause the pedal to travel too far. Okay, that's why I said, there's no adjustment on disc brakes, but there is on drum brakes, so.
I thought
So-
it meant by like the brakes,
No.
like, they're not like adjusted, correct? Or something.
When we get to drum brakes, you'll see I'm talking about, it's just adjusting the distance between the actual brake shoe and the brake drum. They're out of adjustment, the shoes have to travel too far. Okay, what's being performed in this illustration, B6?
B.
Pitch bleeding master cylinder, absolutely.
Technician
What was-
the master cylinder, technician A says it is normal to see fluid movement in the reservoir when the brake pedal is depressed. Technician B says that the defective master cylinder can cause a brake pedal to slowly sink to the floor when depressed. Which technician is correct? Both?
They are both correct, yes.
Tiffany?
Oh, two technicians are discussing overhauling master brake cylinders. Tech A says that the manufacturer may recommend replacement of the entire master cylinder assembly instead of an overhaul. Tech B says that many overhaul kits include replacement piston assemblies. Which one?
Kids. Both.
I said both.
Okay,
But I'm
both
not
both is a good answer.
I'm not sure about the B because
Why would you want to buy an overhaul kit for a master cylinder when you can buy a new one and be done with it? Yes, they are rebuildable, and yes, you could do it, but you probably don't want to.
It's technician A?
It's both of them. Sometimes the manufacturer will say, don't rebuild the master cylinder, just put a new one on it, it's bad.
Okay. Technician A says that the brake pedal height should be checked as part of a thorough visual inspection of the brake system. Technician B says that the pedal free play and pedal reserve should be checked. Which technician is correct? Both.
All right, both of them again. And number 10.
Technician A says that the brake fluid level should not be filled higher than the max level line to allow room for expansion when the brake fluid gets hot. Technician B says that the brake system should be checked for leaks or worn disc brake pads if the brake fluid is low. Which technician is correct? Both.
Yes, do not fill the brake fluid past the maximum level line.
So pretty much all the technician A. Oh, the answers were on here.
What are you talking about?
What
Willis?
page
Yeah,
two?
plus the page reference.
Oh, okay. Well, no wonder everybody did good on that.
No, I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't realize
I
it was
didn't know
on
it was
until just
back
now.
there.
Okay, that's even better.
Now we're, questions.
Okay, one we did, two we did. Okay, three we did not do.
I think it's Charles.
Two technicians are discussing the operation of a master cylinder. Technician A says that the push rod is connected to the primary piston. Technician B says that the secondary piston is pushed forward by the fluid trapped ahead of the primary piston. Which technician is correct?
Both? I know A is right.
A is right. Is B right?
The secondary piston is pushed forward by the fluid trapped ahead of the primary piston. Is it pushed forward or pushed back?
Push forward. Same way you push
Both.
the brake pedal. When you push the brake pedal, it pushes forward on the master cylinder piston. Right?
Is it both?
Mhm. Sure is.
Technician A says that brake pedal free play may be as little as an eighth of an inch.
Is that 1 teaspoon?
Technician B says that brake pedal free play allows the master cylinder pistons to fully retract. Which technician is correct?
Is that the right measurement for A?
Mm-hmm. 1/8 to 1.5 inches, I think, is the actual specification for most view. Brake pedal free play allows the master cylinder pistons to fully retract.
Both.
Yep. Let's go back to question 3 for a second here. Part Tech B says the secondary piston is pushed forward by fluid trapped ahead of the primary piston. Remember when we were talking about the master cylinder, how it works? And it says if the primary circuit of the master cylinder fails, the secondary piston is pushed forward mechanically rather than hydraulically. So it's gonna work either way. Okay, it's a pretty foolproof type of system. Okay, brake fluid pressure, how is it measured?
PSI?
Yeah, PSI, yeah.
Identify the.
Oh, let's see how we do on this one.
2.
Vent ports? What's
Is it 1 or 2? Which one's the vent port?
Is it both?
one one of them has to be the vent.
Can't be both. It's either 1 or 2.
Oh.
It's 2, is it 2?
Is
I think it was
it
2.
2?
Wait, I'm confused. It says 1, 2, and it says either
Look at-
1 or 2.
I think it's 1. Maybe.
Oh yeah, 1. It's 1.
Yep,
It's on 1, 1, 2, 3.
it is. Number
I had
1.
I had the page open to the exact picture. I didn't even look at
Those are the vent ports right there.
it. Yeah.
Okay,
The master.
we did that one.
What law of hydraulics does the brake system use?
Pascal.
Pascal's.
Yep, the other 2 are electrical, right? Okay.
2 technicians are discussing a problem where the brake pedal travels too far before the vehicle starts
Oh, we
to
did that,
slow.
didn't we? Yeah.
Did we?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we did.
See, it says brake might be out of adjustment. We talked
Yeah.
about that for a hot second.
Airlines cause what type of problem? Hard
This
brake
is
pedal?
something you're absolutely gonna have to remember, because you're gonna get asked this 1,000,000 times.
Hard brake
B?
Air in the lines causes which type of brake pedal condition?
Is it spongy?
Yes.
It's SpongeBob.
Oh, or spongy brake pedal if there's air in the system.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you don't have any brakes, yeah.
brake noise.
All right.
Damn.
The-
Anybody go through the power book, questions, see if there's anything new in there? Where are we at, 99?
Yes.
Hydraulic valves and switches, this is just. Let's see. Okay, 1 we did, 2 we did. We didn't do 3. Primary brake circuit fails due to a leak in the lines, leaving the secondary section of a front-rear split master cylinder. Technician A says the driver will notice a lower than normal brake pedal and some reduced braking power. Tech B says the brake pedal will grab higher than normal, meaning sooner as you push on it.
And, A?
A is the answer. 4 we did.
5 we did.
Air in the lines, the lower spongy
It's
brake
50
pedal.
milliliters.
Where are we?
1 teaspoon on 6.
Wait a no, wait a minute. For a second.
Thank you.
Wasn't it tablespoon?
What is that? I'm finna go back.
It's like in a little green box.
It is in a little green box. 1 teaspoon of fluid,
Yeah, it's
about
teaspoon.
5 milliliters.
Oh, 5 milliliters, not 50.
Yep.
Oopsies.
So B for 6, PSI for 7. How much brake fluid is typically in a master cylinder reservoir?
1 pint.
A gallon.
No.
Woohoo!
It's a
Not
pint,
even
right?
close.
A pint, or is it enough?
That's right. Enough to allow the brakes to be completely worn out. And still stop the car. This part of the master cylinder helps air from contacting the brake fluid, yet allows the fluid level to
Is it
drop
the
as
vent
the disc
valve?
brakes wear.
Vent valve? No.
Nope.
Compensating though.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a or uh-huh?
It's a no.
Okay.
Oh, it's not?
It's not.
Not compensated?
Residual valve.
It's a residual valve?
It's not that one either.
Whatever it could be. Rubber diaphragm.
It could only be D at this point, right?
Not too good with letters.
We're on 9.
Diaphragm or floating disc? I don't, what page is that on?
Good question, I don't know. I didn't write the page numbers in here, let's see if we can find that. Keeps air from fluid.
There it is.
I don't see anything. I don't see that. Rubber diaphragm, floating disc.
I'm looking for bypass filler or either.
Hey Siri,
Vent port compensating.
what part in the master cylinder helps keep air from contacting the brake fluid?
Okay, I'll see
The valve contains a specially shaped piston in the middle of a cylinder. Each side of the piston is exposed to the pressure in one of the 2 brake circuits. As long as the pressure in both circuits is the same, the piston will stay centered in its cylinder.
No, you're not helping.
That's not helping me. He said valve. Nothing but a fucking diaphragm or floating disc. I don't know how to do that.
A rubber, okay. Here it is, page 1122, right underneath the red caution of the master cylinder should never be filled. In that second paragraph, it says to help reduce the moisture from getting in contact with the brake fluid, master cylinders use a rubber diaphragm or floating disc to help seal outside air from direct contact with brake fluid. Yeah, it's page 1122, Ron.
Is it there?
Yeah, it's, right above where it says master cylinder operation, that paragraph right above it.
All right.
Found it.
Okay. Well, glad to see that. Maybe I should write the page numbers in the books of these answers here. All right, we did 10 as well, right?
Yes,
Yep,
both.
yep, okay. Hydraulic valves and switches, let's see, we should have time to do that today. Yeah, that will be good. And we'll start on 100 tomorrow. We should be able to get through this pretty easily. That means we'll have to do, what, 6 chapters a day? I think we can make that happen. All right, hydraulic valves and switches. Gotta have valves and switches to tell you things, right? Operation, pressure differential switch, blade fluid level sensor, proportioning valve, metering valve. We'll talk about those. Cars that have ABS, which most of them do, sometimes it's all incorporated into one unit and you don't have to worry about the proportioning valve and metering valve or anything like that, okay? But you're gonna have to know what each one of them does because there will be test questions on those. And I'm sure ASE will be quizzing you on those as well, okay? Components located, or included, I should say, in a combination valve of brake light switch works. This is going to be area A for A5. Pressure differential switch for your brake warning. Used with front rear split master cylinders, which means what? What type of vehicle has a front rear split master cylinder? Is it going to be this or this?
Front
Rear.
wheel drive?
Which one?
Front wheel?
Rear.
Front rear split, rear wheel drive, okay? Diagonal split, front wheel drive. Okay. It will warn the driver of a loss of pressure in one of the two separate systems by lighting the red brake light indicator. Pressure differential switch reset. You probably won't see one of those. That's on an older vehicle. After it's been repaired, bled, moderate pressure on the brake pedal, centers the piston, turns off the light. Everybody knows what a red brake light looks like, hopefully. Hydraulic system leak causes unequal pressure between the two brake circuits. This difference in pressure causes the plunger inside of the switch to move, which completes an electrical circuit, works like any other switch, turns on the red brake light. The purpose of that switch is to warn you of loss of hydraulic pressure, which you should notice anyway when you're driving it. Residual check valve. What is that?
It's used on some drum brake systems to keep a slight amount of pressure, 5 to 12 psi in the entire hydraulic system for the drum brake wheel cylinders.
Okay, so why would you think that would be necessary?
Slight amount of pressure.
So it can continue to push it through the valve. Through the valve.
What happened now?
So it can continue to push the fluid through the valve. That's just a check valve, right? So that's the.
Yeah.
Am I off or no?
No, I just wondered if you read the rest of it.
Oh, so not.
It's located between the master cylinder and the outlet for the drum brakes. Okay? Only for the drum.
Or it prevents air leaks from entering into the hydraulic system in the event of a small hole or leak with a low pressure kept on the hydraulic system. Any small holes causes fluid to leak out rather than permits air to enter the system. So it prevents the leaks and also prevents air from getting into the system.
Okay. Normally not used on newer vehicles with front rear split drum brakes, which use, well, I'm not gonna see one of those anyway. Residual check valve, that's what's located in the end nose of the master cylinder. Brake fluid level sensor, that should be pretty obvious what that does. Turns on your red brake light if it is low on fluid. You have unequal brake pressure if the brake pads get worn down too far or if the park brake is on. Just shows you how that works. It's got a movable contact which completes the circuit if the brake fluid gets too low. Got a little float in there. So there it is, that's how it works. So you ready? Float comes down, contacts that, turns the light on. Yay, right? Check service information for the red light, brake light input. What the heck? Older vehicles will use that using straight wiring, yes, comes for common. Yeah. Wiring schematic. That you can't read because it's too small, right? I can't read it either.
Body control module,
Oh,
brake
right.
fluid level switch, instrument timer cluster. Driver
We're just showing the
information.
brake level, switch as an input to the brake control module. Then if it gets low, this switch closes, completes the circuit, and then it tells the BCM, turn that red brake light on. Okay. Give me some reasons the red brake light would come on in your car.
Low brake fluid.
Oh, brake fluid, that's one.
Parking brake.
Park brake might be on, that's two, right?
Lord.
What else?
Low fluid.
Low on fluid, yes, could be low on fluid.
Defective sensor.
Worn pads.
Yeah, you're right, the sensor could be bad. That's probably not gonna be one of the choices to give you, but it could be. Park brake on, low fluid, unequal brake pressure, pads are worn out. Proportioning valve, again, this is an older car thing, the newer cars don't have these, but you still have to know what it is and what it does because it's gonna be on the test. Proportioning valve improves brake balance during hard stops by limiting hydraulic pressure to the rear brakes. Why would it do that?
Hard stops.
By
limiting hydraulic
limiting the
pressure.
pressure to the rear brakes. Why
Improves
would
brake
it-
balance by, during hard braking, and limiting the hydraulic pressure to the rear brakes. How does that improve brake balance?
The rear doesn't really need that much with the front do.
Okay, and why is that?
The engine and everything is in
Inertia.
front.
Because of the weight transfer and inertia when you hit the brake, right?
Mhm.
Okay, you know the back end of your car gets lighter and the front end gets heavier, right?
Yeah.
Now, does that same rule apply if there's a heavy load?
Of course.
Yeah. That's inertia.
Would
You
it, but
still-
no,
you-
like, okay, let me rephrase that question because that
Would
sounded
it,
dumb.
would it be not as bad, you mean?
Because you know when, like, a pickup truck has a heavy load in the back.
Mhm.
So, when vehicles detect that heavy load,
It doesn't know about that.
it doesn't,
Mm.
okay.
Because, remember when we talked about the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 135, they test these brake system performances with the vehicle loaded?
Oh, yes, that's right.
So, they take all that into consideration. Now, obviously, it's not always loaded, but hey, they want to make it as hard to stop as possible and then test the brakes.
Okay.
Okay, they don't want it the other way around. They want to over-engineer it, not under-engineer it. Okay, so, it's going to limit hydraulic pressure to the rear brakes because otherwise the rear brakes would lock up, wouldn't they? Operation. Before proportioning action begins, the brake system hydraulic pressure must maintain or reach a minimum level called the split point. Above that, the proportioning valve allows only a portion of the pressure to the rear brakes. Some of them are mounted directly to the master cylinder to the outlet to the rear brakes. This just giving you a proportioning valve pressure relationship. Note that at low pressures, the pressure is the same to the rear brakes as applied to the front. After the split point, only a percentage goes to the rear. forcing valve could look like that. Just looks like a little cylinder looking thing in the brake line. Dodge minivan in this particular case. Okay, so they're going to show it to you on a gauge. On a vehicle with a diagonal split braking system, we'll often use a one-piece forcing valve with 2 pistons, 1 for each wheel. Forcing valve piston can travel within the range shown without reducing the pressure of the rear brakes. So it does have some travel before it starts to reduce the pressure. At that split point, piston closes the fluid passage through the valve. Okay. A height sensing proportioning valve. That will provide the vehicle with variable brake balance. Valve allows higher pressure to be applied when the rear brakes. When the vehicle is heavily loaded and less pressure on the vehicle when it's lightly loaded. To kind of sort of answer your question you had a little bit ago. Now they're not all like that, but some will have a height sensing proportioning valve. So it can sense when the car has a bit heavy load in it or it has maybe a light load in it, but again, not all cars are set up that way. This is just isolated cases. It could have that. Forcing valve test can be performed using 2 pressure gauges. Again, you probably never have to do this. You'll very, very seldom see people put pressure gauges on brake systems to check for problems. But okay. As I mentioned a minute ago, brake forcing becomes a function of the analog brake system on these types of vehicles that have ABS on them, referred to as dynamic rear proportioning. Controller energizes an inlet valve solenoid for both the rear brakes to hold pressure in the lines, then energizes both rear outlet solenoids to release pressure as needed. Okay, everybody's seen an ABS control module, right? It's under the hood of the car when you see someone with all the brake lines going into it. Under the hood. Should be able to open the hood and see that. Somewhere under the hood. Okay? Okay. A metering valve. Some people confuse the proportioning valve and the metering valve, so let's try not to do that, okay? The metering valve prevents full operation of the disc brakes until 75 to 125 psi is sent to the rear drum brakes to overcome rear brake spring pressure. You have springs that are holding the brake shoes away from the drum all the time. So this metering valve helps give the rear brakes a chance before the front brakes fully apply, okay? Metering valve consists of a piston controlled by a strong spring in the valve, stem controlled by a weak spring. Systems that don't have a metering valve, diagonal split, such as most front-wheel drive vehicles. do not use a metering valve. A defective one can cause a brake fluid leak, cause front brakes to apply before the rear. Accurate testing can be done using pressure gauges. Could be separate or part of the combination valve. This is when the brakes are not applied. Notice the fluid can flow through the metering valve to compensate for brake fluid expansion and contraction that occurs with temperature changes. Normal brake application, just gonna show you pressure gauges. Combination valve. Sometimes they will combine the function of a forcing valve with one or more other ones called the combination valve. They have a metering valve, forcing valve, pressure differential switch, all three in one. Kind of looks like that guy right there. Okay. Brake pedal position sensor or switch. This is called a BPP, a brake pedal position sensor. It's an input to the body control module. It controls things such as your brake lights. ABS input signal. Traction control is disabled when the brake pedal is depressed. Electronic stability control system input signal as well. All right, brake pedal sensor or switch testing. Most electrical components can be checked with DMM digital multimeter, which we'll spend 3 weeks on starting next week. Okay, set to the ohm scale, check to see if the brake switch is on, off. Brake pedal position sensor is mounted to the brake pedal underneath the dash. Pedal up should measure OL or open circuit. When you push the switch, that will complete the circuit. You get an ohm, very, very low ohm reading, such as that right there, 0.2 ohms. Switch is closed. Current is flowing. All right. What's the purpose of the brake pedal position sensor slash switch? Why do you need one of those?
It's just switch the input into the body computer.
Okay. It uses it as an input to the BCM, right? Most newer cars have a body control module, which means the sensor or the switch sends a signal to that, and then it performs some sort of action, such as turning the brake lights on, or disengaging the cruise control. Anybody ever drive cruise control? Some people hate it. Some people are afraid of it. Cruise control is great.
It's not.
I love it.
It's horrible.
If I'm driving out of town or something like that, cruise control is always on. I can just drive with it.
Really?
And you can just change the speed with the little tap up and down thing. Never even have to touch the gas pedal. Unless, you know, certain situations, obviously you have to, but.
Yeah.
I use it when I go to campus.
Yeah?
I'm decided to stay in the left lane, I put it at 80 and I go.
Mm-hmm. The cool thing about it is, first of all, if you set it to the right speed, it keeps you from not really paying attention when you're driving, and your favorite song comes on and makes you want to drive faster. Keeps you from speeding because you can just set it, not get in trouble, right?
My mom's car, it has like steering assist, so like,
Mhm.
you set the speed, this is when I'm thinking a lot, there's this, you gotta like touch it.
Yeah,
I don't really
that's
rely
an
on it.
that's an advanced level, cruise control, I got radar cruise control,
Really?
stuff like that, it'll slow the car down for you if you're coming out on another car too fast, but what I'm getting at with this is, you touch the brake pedal, shuts the cruise control off, okay? That's one of the things it will do. Okay. Well, you know, that is true. Let's go back to this real quick. Let's make sure that we're okay on this. Single check valve, portion valve, we did that, right. Schematic. Light sensor. Always inspect front and rear brakes. That should be a no-brainer. This pull-out, push-in metering valve thing, you shouldn't have to worry too much about again with the older cars for brake bleeding. If you're gonna do pressure bleeding, not just normal brake bleeding.
Well.
Okay. Yep. I was just thinking that. All right. Anybody not ready to go?
I'm almost there.
Not sure? Or not?
I'm almost there.
Almost. All right. Anybody else need more time? No? All right.
A typical brake. I actually was looking in the wrong chapter at first, so I kind of.
All right.
A brake pedal position sensor switch is,
D.
I don't know, I didn't find the answer.
Is it dog?
Is it dog?
No.
No.
Okay.
And
Is it A? Who said A? Anybody else?
No.
Electrically, normally open.
what page is that on?
The page is where it says it.
And what page is that?
The last page of the chapter.
The last page of the chapter?
Oh,
Thank you,
42 it should
For not
be.
being a smart butt. Ron, no names.
Electrically normally open.
Meaning there is no current flow through the switch. So, when you're driving around, are your brake lights on? When you're just driving around?
No.
No, only when you hit the brake. Your brake lights. Okay? Your brake switch is normally open. If it was closed, brake lights would be on all the time. Closed means flow, open means it can't flow. Right?
Oh,
No power.
that's what they mean. Oh, now that you explain it, now I get the part.
Okay?
Are we on switching road?
I'm sorry.
I didn't find it in the book either. I just took like a common sense guess.
Oh.
Open.
Electrically,
Came back pretty late.
normally open. Just so you know, in schematic diagrams, switches, relays, all that kind of stuff are drawn in their normal position, whether it's normally open or normally closed, so without any action being put on. The ratio of front to rear hydraulic system pressure applied to rear brake supplied by first valve called what?
Slope.
The slope to A.
The metering valve delays front brake action. True.
Okay, that is true.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Two is A.
2 was A, yes.
For number 3,
3 is the same as 6.
I don't
think.
see where it says that it delays, because I looked on,
Yeah.
I read page 1139.
Meter.
A metering valve.
Metering valve is a hold off operation. Holding off meaning the same word as delayed.
But what I read was this allows the front and rear brakes to apply at the same time for even stopping.
Yeah,
Until you reach a certain point.
Oh.
right.
Until you reach that slope point.
We're going 4?
Yeah, question
We're on-
4, identifying the valve shown, is A.
It is A.
There's a picture.
Number 5, a dual brake system sometimes is used a flow level switch in
It's
place
to the
of
rear.
a pressure differential switch. Differential switch.
The full operation of the
Is
disc
that
brake.
false?
True.
To the rear jump to open
True,
the
yes.
transferring terms is made to apply at the same time.
Or anybody that's behind, the first 5 questions are A.
Now for the
Number
pressure,
6.
front brake
6,
should
what's 6?
Awful.
That's
Is it?
true, it
It's
is.
true. It's the same as number 3.
I'm sorry.
Is it true or is it true false?
6 is true, right?
False. You said true.
Nope, it is not.
So it was false.
Wait a
So you're
minute.
saying it's true to false?
You had me circle.
It's true, it's false.
You had me mark mine off 'cause you said true. I thought you meant
So-
the answer was true.
The answer is bacon.
Ignition A
Okay.
says the red brake warning light can be turned on and a difference, wait, can be turned on if a difference in pressure is detected by the pressure differential switch. Technician B said that the red brake warning light can be turned on if the brake fluid level sensor detected low brake fluid
Both of them is correct.
Tiffany.
Huh?
We're on number 8.
Oh, I'm still on number 3.
What?
Yes, because listen, to me, it does not say that. It says it holds off on the brakes entirely between all 4, not just the front and the rear. I may be overanalyzing, but I'm not seeing what you guys say, so.
You don't like A for 3?
No, I don't. No, I don't at all. I don't at all. God bless you. It says it, because it says it prevents the full operation, holds off, like, George said, the disc
11
brakes until between 75 to
11:39.
125,
That's what we're on.
sent to the rear drum brakes.
And then over the next paragraph on top.
It says it allows for the front and rear to apply at the same time for even stopping. And then I read even further, so it says it delays the front brake action. Am I looking for those specific words? Is that what my holdup is?
I don't know, but it says on 1139, if you have a front disc rear drum brake system, the metering valve will hold off the front brake until you get 75 to 125 sent to the rear drums to overcome spring pressure for the brake shoe return spring.
I get it.
So the question reads, the metering valve delays front brake action. Yes, it does. Until the rear brakes get 75 to 125 PSI to overcome brake spring pressure. It's holding the brake shoes away from the brake drum. It's got to have enough pressure to overcome that spring pressure and push the brake shoes out. Keeps the proportioning proper so that the car doesn't do funny things when you hit the brake. Number 8 is where we are.
D.
D. Okay. Why is it D?
It's on the last page.
Because this is not a sensor and it doesn't have wires. A switch typically will have 2. Sensor will have 3. Brake pedal position sensor is going to be for your electronic stability control system. So D for 8.
D.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A visual inspection of the metering valve includes both A and B?
Okay, visual inspection, yeah, that's gonna be both of them, okay.
The rear brakes lock up during hard braking. Technician A says the metering valve could be the cause. Technician B says that a defective proportioning valve could be the cause. Which technician is correct? Both? No,
Okay,
B.
in a situation like this, where it asks you, it has a situation. Rear brakes lock up during hard braking.
Yeah,
Is it this valve or that valve? Typically, it can't be both.
it has to be
So if
one.
you don't know, at
B.
least if you guess one or the other, at least you got a chance. Typically, it can't be both,
Yeah.
okay?
B?
Mm-hmm. It is B, metering valve. I'm sorry, proportion valve, yeah, B. Okay. All right, where are we at? 9B.
Technician A says that some proportioning valves have one control valve that controls both rear brakes. Technician B says that some proportioning valves have 2 control valves, one for each rear wheel brake. Which technician is correct?
I say B. 2 control valves.
Remember the picture of the underneath of the Dodge minivan that showed 2 proportioning valve, one for each rear brake?
Yeah.
So that's possible. Could it have one that controls both? One control valve called the combination valve, remember that one?
Yes.
Both of them are control vectors. Okay, we did that one. Combination valve, there we go. That one could include what?
D, any of the above?
Any of them, yeah. Okay. When the brakes are applied in a panic situation, rear brakes have a tendency to skid. Most likely cause is
Metering valve is faulty.
Sure about that one?
D.
Okay, everybody got that?
Yeah.
Got it.
D,
The button.
what button must be held in pressure? If leading the brakes, you're not gonna have to worry about this for the most part as far as doing it goes. But if it has this type of valve and your pressure bleeding it, which one? would
Pressure
you have?
differential?
What's that?
Is it pressure differential?
Hmm.
I just take a guess because of pressure. Residual check.
Should be held when pressure bleeding the brakes.
Oh, that's for someone else. Never mind. Take that back.
Like meaty. Why can't I see that word?
Metering.
Metering.
Okay, we did this question, electrically open.
You ever have trouble just saying meet her ring fast?
Are we on 7?
Yeah.
Technician A says, installation of aftermarket air shocks may cause the height-sensitive proportioning valve to function improperly.
True.
It could do that, because now you're changing the height of the vehicle because air shocks can do that. Technician B says, some vehicles equipped with ABS use electronic brake proportioning and don't need a proportioning valve.
Just A? Both.
Both of those are right.
All-wheel
This type of
drive?
vehicle most often does not use a metering valve.
All wheel.
Four-wheel drive. Damn.
Rear wheel.
No.
So
Front.
Front wheel
Oh.
drive.
Fuck.
This type of vehicle most often does not use it. Okay, we did 9. Number 10. Metering valve, front disc, rear drum. Tech A says metering valve delays application of the front brakes.
It's the rear brake, so it's false.
Tech B says metering valve delays the application of the rear brakes.
Technician B.
It's A.
What is it?
Is it technician A? I thought the
It's
delay
B.
was.
A metering valve is used on many front disc rear brake equipped vehicles. The metering valve prevents the full operation of the disc brakes until between 75 to 125 psi is sent to the rear drum brakes to overcome rear brake return spring pressure. This allows the front and rear brakes to apply at the same time for even stopping. Most metering valves also allow for the pressure to the front brakes to be gradually blended up to the metering valve pressure to prevent front brake locking into light pedal pressures on icy surfaces.
Technician A says that the metering valve delays application on the front brakes. And right here it says the disc brakes, the disc are in the front.
Yeah. So, and again, when we went over it the first time, I thought you said the front discs go first, and then once it hits 75, that lets the rear.
And see
Okay.
now, in the next paragraph,
Now I'm
over it says,
confused.
when the brakes are applied and the pressure in the front brake reaches 3 to 30 PSI, the tension of the weak spring is overcome. So, I'm so confused, Ron.
I
I
can
really
tell.
am with this one. Like, this one really has me, it really does. It has me stuck.
I'm messed up too, like, numbers.
Because this says when it reaches 3 to 30, the tension of the weak spring is overcome and the metering valve stem moves to the left, which closes the passage through the piston and prevents fluid flow to the front brakes. But then at 75 to 125 PSI, it's a hold off until that pressure reaches the rear. I'm really stuck on this. It's really bothering me really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Technician A says, the metering valve delays application of the front brakes. Is that a true or false statement?
True.
It is, until the rear brakes receive 75 to 125 PSI, and then it will allow more pressure to the front brakes, okay? That's why it's right.
Okay.
The other guy says the metering valve delays the application of the rear brakes. It doesn't. It wants to apply the rear brakes first because the rear brakes have brake shoe springs that holding the brake shoes away from the drum. You have to get enough pressure to overcome that spring pressure before it will allow full pressure to the front brake, okay? It delays the application of the front, not the rear.
Okay.
I have to see it in action because this is so odd. It really, I do. It's just, for some reason, it's not clicking and I really don't know why.
On this quiz, on number 6, why is it false?
What you talking about, Willis?
6. Why is it false?
Question number 6.
The metering valve blocks fluid flow to the front brakes when pressure reaches 75 to 125 PSI.
So what am I reading wrong?
Okay, well, let's see. Was that the other quiz? Was that A? Was that, oh,
Because
obviously it's one of the other correct.
isn't it?
Okay. What question was it?
6.
6. Let's look at question 6, shall we?
Oh, there you go.
Metering valve blocks fluid flow to the front brakes.
No, that's false because it blocks it when it hits 3 to 30 PSI.
This is the problem. When? It's until. Okay? That's where you messed up.
All right.
One word. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this real quick before we get out of here. This is 12 quick questions, right off the top of your head.
You already know what's gonna happen on this
What is the mean?
That's good news. If you want to check up on your boys at the shop, you can call down to any Chevy dealer and say, hey, tell them what kind of car you got, and say, look for the head bolts, call the parts department. If they say, yeah, we got them in stock, then you can call them and say, hey, you're not waiting on the head bolts because they're in stock at this place or whatever, if you want to mess with them. Or see if they're really, you know, if they're pulling your leg, or if the bolts really are, you know. If they say, well, yeah, we can get them in a couple of days or something like that, we don't have it in stock, then, you know, hey, maybe they're being truthful with you, but.
Disc, not, it's disc on the front, drum on the back.
Yeah.
If it has a drum, it's gonna be on the back. The only time you'll see drum brakes on the front of a car is a really old car, like something 50+ years old. And even that's kind of rare.
Wait. What? So number 2 is drum brakes or disc?
What does the question read? I don't have it, I closed the, thing.
Which?
No, it's B. Or.
Oh, it says something about what's the most popular brake system on newer cars or something like that?
It
Yes,
says,
for sure.
which type of brakes are used on the front of most vehicles built since the early
Oh,
1970s?
yeah, disc, for sure. You don't see a drum on the front.
So you said, what, 50 years or something?
The last time they made a car with drum brakes in the front was at least 50 years ago.
Like the 50s or 60s?
Yeah, so it'd be a 60s or 70s vehicle, yeah.
Those are the type of brakes, as soon as you press them, they just lock up.
What's that?
Like,
Doesn't it make it more
there was a
difficult?
There was a Corvette at Chevy, it was like a bull square, and as soon as you press the brakes, they just, you press them too hard, they just kind of lock up. I don't know what year a Corvette it was, but
Well, they obviously had a brake problem because that's not normal, but
it's
they did cause, problems. It wasn't a very efficient system to put drum brakes in the front of the car. One of the biggest problems they had was pulling. When you hit the brake, the car would wanna go to the right or the left, because they just didn't have the same application force a lot of times because adjustment was so critical on it. Okay, everybody done? Yes. Okay,
What is the main purpose of brakes on a vehicle? C, to convert vehicle movement into heat to stop the wheels.
See?
C?
C.
Okay, C for one, yeah, okay.
Which type of brakes are used on the front of most vehicles built in the early 1970s? B. And no offense, I don't understand how y'all didn't know it was B.
He said something about 50 years ago they had drum brakes on the front.
Some cars did, yeah, uh-huh.
That's what confused me when he said that.
I'm glad you seen this.
What's that?
The homie back here was tweaking. I was the only one that saw it.
All right, 3.
Where do you go for 2?
2 is B, yes.
Okay, now we're on 3.
Mm-hmm.
What are the 6 subsystem categories of the brake system? A.
Okay. A is right.
A for what?
3.
You good?
Number 4. What is the purpose of adjustable hardware in the vehicle? Is it C, to allow the driver to position?
Okay. 4 is C.
Is it mostly for short people?
Yeah, probably.
People that go
Yeah.
close to the steering wheel,
Yeah,
really-
or it could be just the opposite, maybe you got really long legs, but you don't want your hands that far from the steering wheel, so you can move the pedals instead of the seat. Yeah, not all cars have it, but, yeah. Okay, so what we have, 5?
Yep.
Yeah, what is the purpose of ABS in a vehicle? I put C.
Is
I
it
mean,
B?
B.
B.
I said,
Yeah.
damn.
Prevent the wheels from locking, okay. 6,
Number 6. I put A.
okay. 7,
C.
C, okay. Back up to you, 8,
Oh, C.
okay.
9. A.
No,
Damn.
B.
No?
B for 9.
What?
What? What's the question say? I don't have it in front of me.
Who is responsible for maintaining the designed and level of braking performance? A, the vehicle manufacturer, B, the owner, C, brake system tech, or D, government regulatory?
I guess the owner, right?
Wait, which one was it?
Let me actually read it.
Number 9.
Who's responsible for maintaining the design and the level of
Oh, yeah,
braking
yeah.
performance?
No, keyword is maintaining.
Yeah.
Maintain
Oh.
it.
Yeah, not designing it. Who's responsible for making sure the brakes work as designed? Person that owns the car or whoever's working on it, so.
Technician.
So which one? B or C?
It's
B
the-
for 9.
The owner.
Owner of the vehicle.
Is that where we were, 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're on 10.
10. What's 10?
What's A?
I'm sorry. It's basically they're saying who's responsible for the maintenance on your car.
You own the car.
That's
You're
what
responsible.
basically what the question's saying.
Is it A?
10 is A, yes.
Is 11
Okay,
C?
11.
C.
C. 12.
D.
10 is what?
A.
10 is A. 11 is C.
12 is D.
Last one is dog. Okay?
I think I don't.
I got one
Dog,
wrong.
all right. How'd you guys do?
I got one wrong there.
Nice.
The FMVSS 135.
12
okay.
for the
No big
FVSS.
Are you
Okay.
taking these ones or are we keeping them?
You keep them.
No, you can keep them.
Making sure.
Yeah, you can keep those. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. We'll do start at chapter 100 and hopefully we'll get 6 done tomorrow and 6 done Wednesday.
Okay.